Welcome to the Spirit of Life channel. This message begin right now. Living in an ascended state of consciousness, beloved masters, it is our greatest pleasure to commune with you each month as we share our wisdom and our loving energy with you. We wish you to be aware that we are always near, both within and around you. For just as our Father/Mother God dwells within your sacred heart core, so do we of the archangelic realms. Within your diamond core God cell are all the wondrous seeds of creation which contain the attributes, virtues, and qualities of the 12 rays of Creator consciousness. My love for you and the qualities I bear are contained within one of those precious seeds of light, and I will become more real and I will participate more in your daily life, if you will allow me to do so, as you activate and radiate the power and qualities of your personal divine God cell. We speak often of returning to balance and harmony both within and outwardly, and we have given you many esoteric teachings to assist you in understanding the workings of the universe. However, there is still some confusion, and that is why we often repeat or give you some of the more complex teachings in a new way so that, hopefully, you will come to a better understanding. We have been asked to review and explain in more detail what has been termed the 4 lower bodies: physical, mental, emotional, and etheric. Hopefully, you have a good understanding of the physical vessel, and so we will focus on the 3 other bodily systems at this time. Etheric body. Many times in the past, we have made reference to your Adam/Eve Cadman body, which is the original divine blueprint for the human form, containing a diamond core God cell with all the qualities of your godly nature, as well as the spiritual/physical macrocosm of the human species. Stored within this divine cell of life and your DNA were the potential qualities, attributes and aspects of your physical nature in preparation for the time when you would assume your coats of flesh in the realms of physicality. The Adam/Eve Cadman body was created as a body of light by the Elohim, the builders of form, as an archetype of humanity, both male and female. In preparation for your descent down through the multi-dimensions of creation, your crystalline body of light was surrounded in a golden etheric web of light which contained this perfect divine blueprint, and a diamond core God cell was placed deep within what would become your sacred heart and your solar power center. The etheric body is in constant communication with your elemental body, your deep unconscious mind, which sustains and revitalizes your glands, tissues, organs, and cells, and also controls your digestive system and the processes of assimilation of air, water, and the food you ingest, all of those functions that you take for granted and rarely give any thought unless you are in distress. These caretakers of your physical vessel constantly strive to repair the damage caused by your negative thoughts, your addictions, and your unhealthy ways of living, until the time comes when your vital life force is weakened so much and you are so out of balance that disease sets in, and at times, premature death of the physical vessel is the result. The etheric body is the memory body and is susceptible to your thoughts and emotions, both positive and negative. Disease or debilitation occurs first in the etheric body and gradually infiltrates into the physical vessel. It is also true that the balancing, harmonizing and revitalization of the physical vessel begins within the etheric body and gradually manifests in the physical body. Mental body. The mind controls the brain, and the brain is an extension of the divine mind. The divine mind or universal intelligence is the supreme creator and our Father/Mother God in action. As human beings, through the use of your brain power, you have access to the infinite intelligence of Creator consciousness. Your mind is a trinity of consciousness consisting of the conscious mind, which is composed of the intuitive, creative right brain hemisphere and the linear thinking, analytical left brain hemisphere. Our Father God radiates the predominant qualities and aspects of the left brain, and the right brain is influenced more by the qualities and aspects of our Mother God. In the beginning, both hemispheres of the brain functioned in harmony, one with another, empowering, qualifying and enhancing each other. There was no division. The subconscious mind, or your subjective mind, which records and stores everything you experience, what you see, hear, think, and feel emotionally. The subconscious mind takes everything literally, and it does not matter if you have experienced an event or just imagine it vividly, the subconscious mind registers it as a fact. That is why it is so important to change negative, debilitating past events into positive memories. Your thoughts and intent resonate to specific frequencies, and by changing the frequency patterns you project through the use of willpower and conscious effort, you can create the life, physical health, and circumstances you desire for yourself and assist those around you to do the same. The superconscious mind. As you raise your frequency patterns and your vibrational field of consciousness, you gain the ability to tap into higher and higher levels of creator consciousness. Once you clear the static and distortions from the column of light that connects you to your higher self, the superconscious mind has a direct flow of wisdom from the divine mind. The mental body or thought is the beginning of everything created in the physical realm. We have often told you you can have or become anything you can envision. You must first imagine something within your mind before you can create it. During these extraordinary times of evolutionary change, you are deeply influenced and affected by the accelerated process of the subconscious mind becoming conscious, and the conscious mind allows the infiltration of superconsciousness as you tap into the cosmic storehouse of divine wisdom. Emotional body. Your emotions are the fuel and the activating force needed to bring forth your vision into manifested form. The intensity of your focus, clear intent, and the power of your emotional energy determines the length of time it takes, and the quality of your endeavor. Positive, focused emotions are essential to energize and activate any and all of your desires, dreams, and manifestations which you set in motion through your mental/thought processes. You must learn to clearly state your intent and then create an unwavering image of what you wish to create, directing your thoughts toward a desired outcome as you take the steps necessary to bring your desires to fruition. When you allow yourselves to be influenced by the negative behavior or thoughts of others, you sabotage or dilute your effectiveness as co-creators of positive, harmonious actions. The thoughts you think and the emotions you feel are what create the cause and effect situations or karma in your worldly experiences. When you raise your consciousness and return to harmony within your emotional and mental bodies, you step off the wheel of karma and attain a state of grace whereby you can easily take advantage of all the wondrous possibilities available to you. In the beginning, your original emotional body was infused with and radiated the unconditional love of your divine nature. Over time, as you sank deeper and deeper into the density of lower consciousness, the vibrations of love with conditions began to manifest within your human vessel, the broad spectrum of love and fear, or the absence of pure love from which all other negative emotional feelings sprang forth and became the norm. Beloveds, your goal is to blend and harmonize the major bodily chakras of your physical being and to balance your mental and emotional energy fields so that your spiritual essence can overlight and infuse you with your God-given powers of creation. In order to balance your mental/emotional body field, you must learn to rely on your mental intuition as you seek to validate and integrate the higher truths you are accessing in your never-ending quest for enlightenment. It is vital that you validate your truths through your heart/soul monitor and then strive to live by those truths to the best of your ability. You are learning to trust and utilize the wisdom of your superconscious mind as you integrate all the attributes, qualities, and virtues of your God Ray and Soul Ray. Your visions and dreams are being manifested at an ever-increasing rate as you learn to live in the power of the God moment or the still point of creation. Healing the past, scripting the future, and living in the power of the moment is becoming the norm for many of you as you perfect your co-creative abilities and return to self-mastery. When the emotional body field is the driving force within you, you are vulnerable to the strong emotional tide of the mass consciousness and your altered ego desire body. You must examine and discover how your emotions drive and control you through your desires and wants, and you must closely examine your motives. Unifying the emotional/mental body, or learning to use your emotional intelligence, results in a balance of power between your emotional and mental bodies, whereby you begin the process of understanding yourself, and you become proficient in identifying the driving forces behind your actions. As you begin to understand the workings of the universal laws, you realize it is for your greatest good to harmonize your will with our Father/Mother God's will. The desired mode is emotional detachment as you move gracefully and surely toward your sought-after goals. By allowing your emotional body to be infused with spirit, you will, once more, derive nurturance in all the loving energy you can contain from your indwelling spirit. You will stop looking outside yourself for validation of your self-worth, and you will no longer experience the sharp highs and lows of the third/fourth dimensional illusion. It is possible for you to live in a state of joy or bliss as you learn to live in the world while expanding your consciousness to incorporate the great variety of multidimensional expressions available to you. As you develop an unerring assurance that you can have or become anything you can envision, you will be willing to put forth the effort to accomplish your goals. Beloveds, learn to rely on your angelic helpers and gain strength and sustenance from their presence, for they are always ready and willing to assist you in your endeavors. When you begin to use the intelligence of your soul self, you have the ability to tap into the unlimited possibilities of the cosmic records. Please make use of your pyramid of power/light in the fifth dimension in order to bypass the distortions of the third/fourth dimensions, for that is where you have access to all the primal life force substance you can ever use to mold and create your visions for the new heaven on earth. It is time for miracles of momentous proportions to manifest within and around you, and for you to know that you are partnering with Spirit in everything you do. When Spirit is overlighting your emotional nature, love tempers your emotions, and although you still have a human nature, you have learned to become detached and you view the events in your life from a higher vantage point, that of a self-master. Your goal is to integrate your spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, whereby you are living in an ascended state of consciousness as you unite with the multiple facets of your God self. You are moving out of a state of becoming into a state of being. You are reversing the process that you initiated thousands and thousands of years ago, as you descended into the realm of materiality and began the process of building a temple of flesh in which to contain your precious gift of life, your spirit self. It will take some time to accomplish that miracle of creation or recreation again, beloveds, but we can help you to make the process less painful and more expeditious. You are in the process of finding your way back to the love of the Sacred Heart, which is unconditional love, and as you begin to experience peace within the mind, you will begin to experience joy and bliss within the heart, for they are inexorably connected. Allow us to strengthen your mental power and your resolve to move forward on the path of illumination. With every breath you take and each beat of your heart, you are being infused with the wondrous elixir of life directly from the heart of our Father/Mother God. Know that we are ever near to guide, guard and inspire you. I am Archangel Michael. Welcome to the Spirit of Life channel. This message begin right now. The Seeds of Remembrance Part 2. Your angels then tell you to follow your just expanded awareness and find the entrance to your adventure. You think about it for a moment and then the answer pops right into your mind. You turn to your right and a door materializes. You begin laughing and the feeling just washes over you that this is the way you have walked before. You open the door and yes, it is the field that you remembered right there in front of you. You think this is so amazing, it really is remembering. You laugh some more and feel such a moment of peace that you have allowed yourself to accept and understand that this is real. You congratulate yourself, for you really do have the ability to open the door to other memories of other times and places. Your angels tell you to lead the way and you begin walking down a path that leads to a wooden bridge. You enjoy the sights and sounds of this place and feel the warmth of the breeze on your face. You listen to the gurgling brook and remember that it spoke to you last time, saying, "Welcome back. Welcome back. It has been so long since your last visit." You reach the bridge, walk to the center and listen. There it is again. "Welcome back. Welcome back. We have missed you," the brook gurgles. A large smile just breaks out on your face. You answer back, "Thank you. It is good to be back." The angels are awaiting on the other side just as you had remembered. They are holding the baskets for you to place your frustrations and worries in. You remember this feeling so well as you begin removing all those worries, pains, and grief and placing them into the baskets for safekeeping. Yes, you say to yourself, there is that feeling is again of being completely without all those burdens. It prompts you to ask why you selected to pick them back up last time on your way back to the physical. You make a mental note for yourself this time to have the angels transmute all this emotional debris. The mountain looms in front of you with all the steps up the side, but you remember again that the last time you only had to take a step or two and then you began simply floating up the side of the mountain. As you near the top, you are looking around for familiar signs. Not seeing the wonderful white unicorn, you continue down your path. You look up and there is your very own crystal palace. The door is open because you have been expected. The beautiful refracting lights dance about your feet as you walk into the foyer. You feel their various energies and welcome their playfulness. You love standing in one color than another. It is so amazing to feel the differences in what each color can share with you about its essence and significance. Your angels are guiding you into the main hall, and as you look around the hall there appears to be more and more doors that you did not remember were there before. Your angels explain that as your awareness and remembrance expands, you add more and more doors to explore. Your crystal palace is always under construction, your angels relay. You will forever throughout eternity have knowledge and information to obtain by visiting this inner sanctuary. You are guided to a door today that has a sign that says connecting the dots. You turn the handle and walk in. All along the walls you see what looks like footpaths drawn there. At the beginning of the paths to your left you see a stash of flags that you are to be using to signify the connection of remembrance to other events, etc. Your angels ask you to go back into your memory banks before you incarnated this time. They begin to ask you a series of questions. They ask you to respond with the first answer that pops into your awareness and write it on the path. 1. Why did you pick your mother? What experience and lessons did you intend to pursue with her? You think a while and then the answer does pop into your awareness. You mark it down on the wall. With this first question, the awareness door has just opened and allowed you to explore what really was the reason behind this selection. 2. Why did you select your father? What experience and lessons did you intend to pursue with him? Again the answer pops into your head. You mark this down on the wall also. 3. What common things can you see between these two selections? For each combined awareness that you recognize, place a flag at that point on the wall path. 4. Why did you select the body that you did? What does this physical form plan on teaching you? Connect with a flag anything that is in common with the other questions. 5. What childhood joys or sorrows can you now see were clearly part of the lessons that you scripted for yourself before coming into this incarnation? Place flags again at all points that connect here to your parent selections and body answers. 6. Go through every relationship, all acquaintances, even very brief ones if you feel there is a significance that has just been brought forth, that you have ever had. Expand the question base by asking what did each association mean and what did it teach you? Why did you choose it? At this time your angels tell you that you have the abilities now to ask your own questions after seeing how this was done. They ask you to continue your series of questions from childhood forward, placing flags at all connecting points. You begin and find that this really goes much faster than you had expected. Just starting the query was really all it took. As you being going further and further, you can see more and more branches building off of this information. You see before you as you lay this all out that you are uncovering your reasons for this incarnation and what you intended to really have occur. It is rather sobering to finally see there is a pattern and logic to what has been scripted. If you consider that this is only your own individual journey, think how much larger the picture is when you encompass all. The real gift in doing this exercise, your angels explain, is that you finally can see that you are responsible for what you have selected to experience. No longer can you blame another for anything. As this sinks in and really dawns on you, it is if a candle has been lit in a very black room illuminating all the areas or your awareness. You feel so much lighter. You feel as if you can finally unleash the chains that you have been dragging around that were your victim roles. You have finally worked your way forward to your current moment. You stop and look back down the wall and see the path. You smile and tell your angels it really is a journey, isn't it? Your angels hug you and celebrate your work. They ask you if you feel this is completed for the moment and you answer yes. You feel drained, but you feel that you have finally made sense of so much that has been trying to come forth for your review and opening. Your angels tell you that this exercise is always ongoing, to remember to come back often and continue your progress of connecting the points of your life so that greater awareness is available for you in these answers that are coming forth from the questions that you have learned to pose to yourself. They tell you to sit for a moment and they circle around you. They tell you that they are going to place a healing vortex around you for a moment or two to assist you in releasing whatever needs releasing at this moment. They begin at your feet and you see the pink cloud of love begin to enfold you. You smile and find this is very much like being inside a warm loving pink whirlwind. As it swirls you feel all that needs to be cleared leaving. You then sense a completion and this is when the angels stop. You feel refreshed and rejuvenated. You thank them for their help. They tell you it is time to return and you agree. You open the door back into the main room and walk back down the foyer. You thank the colors for their joy and walk back out into the garden. As you step into the garden there is your white unicorn that you had remembered before but did not see. The unicorn comes up and nuzzles you telling you that it was waiting to bring you joy as you were leaving. The unicorn accompanies you back down the path. You bid it goodbye again but tell it that you will be back. You begin down the steps. Each step you begin to feel the gravity returning to the body. At the base of the mountain you see the angels again with the baskets. You remember your mental note to allow the angels to transmute whatever you are leaving behind. They smile and wave as you cross the bridge. You turn and see the baskets vaporize in front of our eyes. As they do you feel totally free of their content. It is such a welcome relief. You find the doorway again into the white marble corridor. Your angels guide you back under the threshold back into your spiritual heart chakra then back into your physical body. Your guardian angels have been keeping the physical vessel company as you have journeyed. Your angels tell you when you are ready wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyes. As you do you realize it will be a much different game from this moment forward and you are grateful for the seeds of remembrance and awareness that have opened to allow you to expand and evolve into this very moment. Remember always that you are loved more than any earth plane language can describe. Be at peace and embrace the remembrance of who you truly are. I am Archangel Michael, the Creator's messenger, of love, joy, wisdom, light, peace, and grace.
Archangel Michael, you have two choices. Greeting, beloved ones. We send you blessings of love and light in this now moment. And we invite you to open your heart for our message for you. From the heart center of all that is, you are loved. Dear one, you are loved every step of the way on your journey to being who you really are, a spark of God experiencing itself. Part of your journey is to recreate all different kinds of experiences. Some are pleasant and you can feel love. Some are less pleasant and you can feel the disconnect from love. All experiences are designed to light the path for you to feel your way into love-based expression of God. When you feel love, it means continue on. When you don't feel love, it means come back into your heart, feel love, and then continue in a direction that feels more loving. Every moment of your day, you have these two choices. You can have free will to decide to continue on the less loving path until your higher self will nudge you back towards a more loving path. At the core of each soul is the desire to love and to be loved. You are loved to stray from the path of love, and then your higher self will simply guide you back to your true loving expression. As you go throughout your day, Pay attention to the thoughts you're thinking. Are they loving towards yourself and others? Could you nudge your thoughts to move loving thoughts? As you go throughout your day, pay attention to the way you're feeling. Do you feel loving towards yourself and others? Could you nudge your feeling more towards more loving feelings? As you go throughout your day, pay attention to your actions. Are they loving towards yourself and others? Could you nudge them towards more loving actions? Try this for 7 days and watch your life transform into love-based reality. All it takes is one nudge. All that is well, beloved ones. Welcome home. We are walking beside you every step of the way. Dear one, you are loved beyond measure. Always. I am Archangel Michael, and I bring you this truth. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Archangel Uriel, your final majestic creation is here. In order to bring it to you, use the silver flame to see the truths underneath the veils of illusions. Greetings, dear ones. I am Uriel, Archangel of Love and Silver Light, holder of the Grey Showa flame, bringer of the bright and peaceful future to you. In charge of the divine authority, but I also came as your brother and family, as your closest friend. I come in love and gratitude to you. I am here today to speak to thee about the present moment and not about the future. Through as you truly know that there is no time and your bright future is guaranteed. There is a divine timing through, and there is a plan that you designed brilliantly before you descended into this lifetime, and so beautifully and in such a masterful and natural way. And now you are coordinating with your entire soul family, with the higher realms, with wonderful Gaia and all. So when you are saying that you are not moving fast enough on your path, that is you becoming impatient with the parts of ourselves that are still in need of experiencing life and of working on some life lessons and of assisting your families to go smoothly through their challenges. Sometimes you need to retrieve parts of yourselves that have been left behind in times of trauma, and you need to love them back into your wonderful beings so that you can bring into your physical vessel all that you are and from every dimension and reality that exists. Even when you believe you are not progressing at all, you are moving at the speed of love, preparing another part of self to be integrated into that beautiful puzzle that you are weaving with your higher self and with everyone else. Dear hearts, your final majestic creation is here. It is closer to your hearts than you can imagine. But in order to bring it to you, you need to be comfortable with where you are right now. Let go of wanting to be somewhere else and enjoy what you have and where you are right now. Appreciate everything you have and every single soul that comes to you, for everyone has wonderful gifts to you. Sometimes the present that they bring to you is to trigger your awareness of where there are weaknesses and places in yourselves that need to be reinforced and readjusted to the new to you. And that is a great gift indeed. Do not rush through life. Do not run and hide from the ones that seem to challenge you the most. For the ones are the great and humble teachers that you have chosen to show you the way to your greatest potential. Avoidance and resistance will only make it harder for you to move along your path and enjoy every moment of your journey. Embrace every situation with curiosity and maturity, and then see what it is that needs to be released and loved freely back into the light without rushing through, but also without getting attached and too identified with that particular story. Use the silver flame to make it easier to see the truths underneath the veils of illusions, and then choose to free those parts of yourselves from the entanglements of the old third and fourth dimensionality. When you do so, you are assisting others to understand better and better the places in which they find themselves. And then they can choose to free themselves as well. This is why we are saying to you that you change the world while you turn inwardly and continue to work on yourselves at all levels without waiting or wishing the world of others to change. You are doing a marvelous job, dear ones. I will leave you now with some sparkles of silver light and my eternal love and gratitude. Farewell.
This channel talking about the energies of the earth. She spoke about how often people get pulled down by others' energies or drawn into lower vibrations where they don't end up feeling good. The foundation for clearing anything in your life is the vibration of love. We may get caught up in our lives where we consider what we need to change, either to let go or bring in. Sometimes this change may keep us locked in a narrow perspective of just the part we are changing. If we allow full love to come into our lives, it will transform anything that is outside of love without your specifying what that may be to you. When in the All Brothers the Goddess spoke at length about the changes taking place from a cellular level throughout our physical, mental, emotional and spiritual selves. Our divinity is here for us, and creating the open flow allows us to receive the constant unconditional love of Source. The Goddess also spoke of judgment. If you are in a place of judging yourself for others, you are outside of love. Judgment is created through your ego self, and as you transform judgment, you are transforming your ego. This was a powerful clearing that took place, and then the crystalline energies flowed into, and those spaces filling in the transformation. Namasika, Venia Benya, I am the one, I am the whole, I greet you, beloved family. I reach out to embrace each and every one of you that are here in this now moment and in this alignment with me. I wish to speak in this moment about love. Love is something that everybody wants to have in their life. Be it love of a partner, love of family, love of a job, love of the angels, or love of self. Love is something that can be very defining in your life. So too a sense of a lack of love will also be very defining within your life. So, while you are here together with me on the earth plane in your physical body, and in this now moment, I wish for you to feel the embrace of love that comes from me, that comes from your own divinity, that washes through blending with you. I am here. I am available as someone who can help you to have a new vision for your life, that can help you to see alternatives if there are changes you wish to make in your life. I am also here to reflect all that is working for you in your life. Remember, as you think about things, as you meditate, as you pray, begin that list with what you are grateful for. Then as you move through what you are grateful for, you will begin to see less and less of the things that are frustrating for you, or you will have more compassion for yourself. Whenever that is, there is a lot of pressure that comes from society or other people. One of the ways that an individual feels that pressure is through judgment. You might judge that you are not in the place that you want to be, and therefore you are lacking and are not good enough. You may judge that that person over there has XYZ and you want XYZ, and you really want that in your life, and therefore you are not good enough because you do not have it. There is this overriding energy of judgment that has been in this vibration with which we worked for the last several months. And even though we might go and shift and create a change, there's been this underlying vibration that gets transformed and then comes back. This is why I wish to speak about this at the very beginning before anything happens, so that you may know within yourself, that you may feel my presence as I am there with you, clearing out the space within and around you, and clearing out the space of the collective consciousness. Ooh, that was big. I felt a wave, and then a wave, and then a third wave with that clearing. Most likely this is what you've been feeling in your everyday life that causes you to feel that struggle. If you need to clear the energy around you multiple times during the day, or just once or twice, I invite you to remember to clear the energy, because chances are it is not your problem. You are just picking up something from someone else. The more that you are in the alignment with your divinity, and that vibration as that divinity flows through you, it empowers you, and you become a light that shines through in everything that is happening. Sometimes that light may become a magnet. Sometimes that light becomes something in which things just dissolve. I wish for you to know that it is essential to clear out your energy, to clear the energy of the room, to clear the energy of your work from time to time, so that you don't get pulled into things that really do not resonate with you. So, take in a deep breath once more and feel as if you are pulling your energy together inside of you, and then as you breathe out, woo, just send that energy out from you. If it helps to have a visual, then feel as if you are sending concentric circles of energy that move out from within your core and go out, and go out and out. There we go. Immediately I could feel the difference in you, so I thank you for working with me at the beginning here, so that we may once more clear out that energy that is constantly trying to second guess your life, so that you may be loved, and you may have love in whatever form most resonates with you. Take a deep breath in, breathing all the way down through you. Allow your energy and focus to anchor within the earth. It's as if you spread out, as if those roots go out from you in many different directions, anchoring you. You then let that come back up through you, and you send that breath of light. You send that breath of energy. It goes up through the top of your head until you come into the space of your higher self. For so many of you, this feels automatic. This feels as if you are just there all the time. This is your opportunity to make a very conscious expansion that goes from you the human to your higher self. As you feel that expansion, allow your energies to move out further. You may feel as if you find that thread of energy and light that goes all the way up to your divinity. So from your higher self, your consciousness just naturally flows into that space. As you arrive in the space of your divine essence, take this moment and consider what is here in front of you. For some, you may see it as you are looking at a human. For others, it may just be a vibration of energy and light. Allow your consciousness to just open up as if you are unfolding in whatever way your consciousness resides within you. You just open it up so that you may take in more and more of your divinity. As you merge the consciousness of you, the person that you are, with your divine essence, you are merging with your God service. You are merging with that part of you that lives into infinity. You are merging with that part of you that loves you unconditionally. You are merging with that part that is a constant flow into you, the human. It is a constant flow that comes through your higher self into you, the human. Allow your energies to expand as you merge with your own divinity. I, the goddess, move in and amongst each one of you. I reach out to embrace you in this now moment. I reach out so that my energies merge with yours, amplifying all of who you are. As we do so, we move into a space of the all that is. Look around. Feel the potential. Feel the love. Feel the vibration of what is here in this now moment. As each one of you arrives within this space, I invite you to take a moment and look at what is here around you. I speak about the ways in which you clear things out from this level, and yet they come back into your life in the physical reality. As you look around you right now, you may see some of those aspects of yourself that you have cleared but are not fully transitioned. As you allow your consciousness to take in that information, ask to know first of all what part of you that you have cleared, resolved, transitioned, healed, that continues to come up around you. What I invite you to notice is that in some cases it may be just a silhouette or a very faint leftover energy. For others, it may be completely gone, however you still feel a niggling something. For others, it may be as if it's all still here with you. As you are creating change within your life, one of the things that humanity forgets is to be gentle, loving, and nurturing with yourself. You are taught when you are young and growing up, as your family is trying to teach you how to survive in society, or how to excel, or whatever it may be. You are taught certain things that as you become the person that you are, that are really not the best way for you to function. Now is your opportunity to learn to be gentle and loving with yourself. Take this moment, and as you feel the essence and the love of your divinity that you just merged with, let that be a part of what is flowing through you like wave, upon wave, upon wave. In some, I literally felt waves of energy wash through your vibration, and others it was as if they were walking in a stream. In this now moment, I wish for you to clear out any preconceived notions and any past way of doing things, so that you can feel the complete and unconditional love that is for you, that is from your divinity. Let yourself feel that now, as this is moving through you. Oh, I can really feel a lot of emotion coming up. As this is moving through you, let go of the old belief systems that say put everybody else first and you last. Let go of those old belief systems that say don't think too much about yourself. Let go of those old belief systems that have trained you to think that you are not good enough and that you're not this amazing person who has lived the life that you have lived. Let go all of it, and as you do so, once again I feel all that emotion going through people. Let those waves and emotion clear you out. Let it clear out your thoughts, your beliefs. Let it clear out your emotions. Be in the moment. Be in the energy of love. Be yourself. Woo, as I said, for you to be yourself, suddenly it was as if the energy expanded even further. Just as you might be loving and nurturing to your child, telling them how amazing they are, how beautiful they are, and how they can do anything in their life, say those words to yourself, because you are beautiful. You are amazing. You are doing phenomenal things in your life. Indeed, release that judgment, Woo. When I said that you are doing phenomenal things in your life, I could hear people say, yeah, maybe so, but not as good as them. Yes, maybe so, but it's not making any difference in the world. It doesn't matter. You living your life, following your dreams, aligning with your divinity are doing amazing things, and it's a vibration that fully supports you in all that you do. Let us speak of judgment. Why do you suppose that society has so much judgment? Judgment comes from the ego, and the ego comes from duality. And if one is living in duality, then you must be better than someone else. You must be stronger. You must be smarter, or you're not good enough. Over and over and over and over, there are these unconscious voices or beliefs or realities that are put forward by society that so many people tap into, be it consciously or unconsciously, they are tapping into it. Are you one of them? I invite you to then pull up judgment from wherever it may be in any part of your body. Will let go of judgment. I felt a lot of that old programming just flow away from people as you cleared out judgment. Be yourself. Be who you are, your authentic self in this lifetime. Let us take a moment, and as we have cleared that judgment, and as I was bringing in that energy for being authentic, I can still feel resistance to being yourself, so I would, therefore, say let us go into your consciousness. Let us follow that thread or that alignment of judgment until we can find wherever that may be in your body. Be it conscious or unconscious. Be it physical, mental, emotional, let us find whatever that root source of judgment is within your life. Okay. As I speak of this, let me be very clear for people that discernment is not judgment. Judgment is critical, harsh and painful whether you are judging others or judging yourself. Discernment is understanding a situation and making choices from that understanding that you have. Discernment is understanding that when it's pouring down with rain, you go out with a raincoat. Discernment means you are using all of the tools that you have in this life, and you make choices based on that, on your discernment. This is completely different from judgment. There we go. So, let us follow judgment until you go all the way down into the cells within your body. As you consider that cellular structure of who you are, go into that moment. Go into any cells within you that are holding on to judgment of yourself or anybody else, and just transform those cells. You breathe in your divinity. You breathe in your light, and it just moves into those cells within you. As I am observing you, I found some people had pain in their side that was released as you cleared the cellular energy of judgment. I noticed someone else was having pressure and headaches that was released as they let go of judgment. So while judgment is coming through your mental body and your ego, it can be felt in your emotions and your physical body and in your perception of everything. There you go, infuse love into every cell that has contained judgment. Infuse the vibration for who you are into every cell within your body. You have a physical reality as the expression of who you are in this lifetime. This physical reality is the blending of all those aspects of your divinity, your experiences, and your emotions. As you integrate the balance and the intrinsic energy of your divinity, it fills up every single cell, and those that we have already transformed the judgment are finding its natural alignment and vibration as you integrate more and more the vibration of yourself. I ask you to once again look around you in the all that is. I now notice that some of those remnants of what you cleared out this year are completely gone. I notice that each one of you are more fully integrated and balanced within yourself. I notice that the natural alignment between you, the person, and you in the all that is, has a much more open flow and a much more intrinsic balance. Be in this moment. Be who you are. Be yourself. Finally, when I said it that time, I felt each one of you accepting and allowing that flow from your own divinity to be the foundation and the expression of you in this life. The more that you were open to this flow, the more that you accept that you are more than just this human. The more that you receive the vibration from your divinity, it is life-changing. As the earth continues to transform, there continues to be releases of old stuck energy. I remind you to be in this moment of balance. I remind you that from a cellular structure out to every physical, emotional, mental structure of who you are, that you are changing. That you have already changed, and that you are already integrating the crystalline vibration that has so affected everyone's life, physical body, and reality. You've done this. It's here. It's part of you. And as the crystalline vibration manifests within you, you will less likely have to make that conscious choice to clear out other people's energies and other people's lower vibration. You will have to less consciously clear out your own vibration, because they will naturally transition on their own, thus you will not receive them back into you. Once you have shifted and allowed your vibration to transform into a higher, lighter vibration, even though you get pulled down periodically, you do not stay. You notice it more and more readily, and therefore immediately bring your focus back up and into the balance of this now moment. Be yourself. Listen to your dreams. Listen to your divinity as it flows within and through you in all ways. I invite you to come back together as a group. Motherfucker. As you create this circle, it is always here for everyone who is present and who might join us in the future. It's always filled with the light beings. Because as the earth completes the cycle of transformation, that flow of vibration from the universal light into the earth will be able to move so much more freely, so that you will be able to have a greater sense of the non-physical energy that is within and around you. So, begin with your own vibration. Begin with you. Coming up within this ring, you have that sense of the hologram of the earth. As this hologram comes up, it's moving through, finding the intrinsic balance that is in alignment with these energies. And as each one of you consciously sends your own vibration, your own rhythm, and your own awareness into the hologram, it begins to vibrate and take on the essence of that crystalline vibration. That clearing out of judgment, which is then replaced with the crystalline vibration. And that strong, powerful alignment, so each person upon the earth will know who they are as their divinity, and that will flow up and down into their physical reality. As the holograms integrate, there's that piece that goes out into the universe, and the remainder of it goes down into the earth plane. As it moves through, it clears out the collective consciousness, and the remainder goes down into the center of the earth. As this is anchored within the earth, it finds its own intrinsic balance, especially associated with that crystalline energy. And then from there expands outwards throughout all the layers of the earth. As it comes up to the surface of the earth, it is clearing out each one of you. It's clearing out so that it may anchor within your own sense of self, and it's clearing out all the others, be they conscious or unconscious of this transformation. It is transitioning through the water, the grass, the flowers, the trees. It is transitioning through the elementals. It is transitioning so that everything upon the earth not only has cleared out judgment, but is integrated with love. Love of their own divinity. Love of their own self and the balance that comes with that. As you anchor within yourself, you feel your own alignment with Gaia coming up within. And as you bring your consciousness back It is coming back through your I am presence. It's coming back down through you as your higher self. It's coming back down into you and your physical reality. And as you are grounding these energies, take a moment feeling your divinity as it moves through you. Feel how your cells have transitioned through this journey this evening. Feel, sense, and know what it is to be yourself and what it is to be the authentic person that is the reflection of your divinity. Let all of that move through you, clearing out, shifting, and balancing. As you are living your life upon the earth, be yourself whatever that may be in any given moment. Be true to who you are. Allow yourself to, in your everyday physical reality, to completely clear out judgment, just as we did in this journey. Allow discernment and choice to be the foundation of how you are expressing in this life. With the root of everything, that cellular transformation into loving energies, be it that the foundation is always love. So be yourself and be loved.
Hello, my special friends. So, week after week, we have these informative, loving chats, which is wonderful. Yet, where are we going with this communication? Where do you see this heading? The most brightest of greetings to you, Blossom, and all who partake in our conversations. For, although you feel it is you asking particular questions, it is really the collective consciousness that is doing so. Yes, that does make sense to me, as many say that I ask the exact questions that they would. Where do we see this heading? In the direction that your hearts are leading you. Into the feeling, the knowing of, the understanding, the acceptance, the lifestyle, the potential of, the most wonderful exchange of truth with those whose hearts are ready to accept it. I feel there are so many hearts that are ready to do so. We have come a long way, each one of us, within the inner understanding of ourselves, and we are so grateful for that. Yet, dearest Blossom, dearest souls, that which is to excite you, that which is to lift your vibrational energies into a much higher place is yet to come, and when it does, gradually, so as not to bemuse, your spirits will soar. Know this. Feel this. Activate this knowing inside of you. Being replaced by a joy of understanding. The understanding that you feel you are searching for. Your desire to know so much more can sometimes be that which keeps it from you. How so? Because it is by the living in the moment of now that one truly lives. When one is continually searching outside of themselves for answers and explanations, they shall remain unsatisfied. For gratification, true gratitude, comes when the appreciation of knowing the self allows each given moment a peaceful breath, an acceptance of now, and the understanding that anything beyond that is yet to come and shall take place in that moment of now when it arrives. Yes, this we understand. Yet, with respect, you don't, Blossom. Whoa, you jumped in pretty quick there. I thought I did understand it. You understand the concept, as do many. Yet, are not so many of your thoughts concentrated upon later on, be that later today, later in the month, the year, etc.? True. I feel I like to have things to look forward to. To be honest, sometimes the moment of now can be pretty hard going. Yet, to escape into your future is not the answer to the freedom of being that you are searching for. What is the answer, if one is not content with the moment of now? The thing is, I know you are going to say go within. Many times have we chatted about this. Yet, not quite found the solution, Blossom. Clearly, I get that when confronted with feeling under par, it is good to breathe and say the mantra and it really helps. Yet, shouldn't we be coming from that place of knowing and joy by now, without having to make ourselves feel better? You cannot be where you are not. Oh Elo, ere we go. Blossom, do you accept that you are a being of light? Yes. How bright is that light? However bright I choose / believe / know it to be. And how bright is that? How can I measure it? In so many ways. How you are feeling. how much you are laughing, how much you are creating, how much energy you have, how much compassion, passion, joy, sharing, loving, hopping, skipping. Hold the phone a minute. Let's not get carried away. I am 65, not a lot of skipping happening with my legs. Yet, I watch my grandson, who is 9, without thinking, hop and skip to my car when I get him from school. I wonder at his carefree being, and think, ah, those were the days. Can you physically skip? Probably. I might need an ambulance afterwards. You say probably, so it is a possibility. Yes. Do you think by skipping you would feel brighter? Without doubt, if only for 10 seconds. Life was created, in /s/thru/of, the highest vibration of love there is. Therefore, because of where it was created from, it was designed to be of the highest vibration of love. It's funny, there is a saying we have regarding how much we would like to do such and such, yet life gets in the way. Far from it, Blossom. Life doesn't get in the way. Your programming gets in the way. Life, in /of/thru/as, itself, is beyond incredible. And you, each one of you, are experiencing life on this planet, now. You know by now, you choose your path. You choose your attitude as you walk that path. This gift of life you have been given never ends. IT simply takes different forms. Forever. Without end. Your life, your being, resides within the greatest ball of wonder. Ever expanding, ever creating. You are the creator. Do you know this in your heart, fully, completely, Blossom? What? That the one known as the creator, the divine, is actually me. Yes, do you know that? Why? Because I was brought up to believe that if I pray to God, an outside source, then he will take care of me. Of course, my knowing of God now is not a he or she, and my entire understanding of who/what God is has changed dramatically. So, who is God? I guess the correct answer would be me. What is the underlying answer you would like to give? That God is the energy of love. God is consciousness. God is definitely not a person, which took me a long time to let go of, due to my Catholic convent upbringing. And Blossom, do you see yourself as an energy of love? Yes, I try to be that. We did not ask if you try to be it. We ask if you see yourself as it. If someone were to inquire, who are you? Would you say love, because that is your knowing deep inside? Yes, yes, I would. Would you say you were anything else in your essence of self? No. So, in essence, all that you are, is an energy of love? Yes. And didn't you say that's what God is? Yes, yes, I did. You see the point we are making? Yes, I do. Yet, the energy, the pure energy of love that we know as God/the divine, whatever one chooses to call it, is far greater than I. How can it be, if you are it? I am of it. I don't feel to be the all-knowing, understanding energy that I call the divine. Because you are programmed to believe otherwise. The power that you are, the power that is in you, is as powerful as you know it to be. Over eons of time, the truth of your being has been almost annihilated at times. Yet, the flame of love can never be extinguished. And the energy that is lighting up your planet now, as more and more walk into the knowing of themselves, the knowing that they are a spark of the divine. Wait, that's it. I think. I am a spark, not the whole kit and caboodle. The divine spark that you are can take each and every opportunity to become a greater aspect of itself. Through choices, through knowing, through attitude, through gratitude, through trusting, through loving of self, through knowing that all there is love. The vibration of love in WHCH one chooses to reside depends entirely upon how one knows themselves to be. And one can only know themselves by the acceptance of who they are. and feeling the truth of that knowing. When this is accomplished, life as you know it changes. Well, it's sure good to know that so many of us are riding the truth train. Thank you so much. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. Channel. Blossom Good Child.
Greetings, beloved beings of light. We are the Andromedans. We come forth with our light, our wisdom and love to serve you. We wish to aid you in your ascension now, to empower your being, to bring power and strength to your spiritual abilities, and to awaken the truth within your being. We are at your service, and it is an honor to do so, to help you in any way that we can. Today, we wish to speak of soul retrieval. We wish to support you in recognizing and understanding what this means, while allowing yourself to bring shifts, transformations, and healing to your being. When we, the Andromedans, speak of soul retrieval, we are speaking of aspects of your energy field that have become fragmented, that have been hidden from view, separated, or even contained within a barrier, so you can no longer access it or its energy. Your soul's energy, your essence, fills your entire being as you exist upon the earth. It fills your physical body, your chakras, and your energy field. Your energy field is both within your physical body and surrounds your physical body. There are many labels for your energy field. You can recognize it simply as your essence radiating. Your energy field holds all of your memories and your experiences, especially in this lifetime, but also in other lifetimes. When you have an experience, especially on the earth, that is challenging or painful or maybe chaotic, a part of you may push away the experience and all of the emotions and thoughts that you have about it because it's too painful to look at, to connect with, or to acknowledge. Sometimes there can even be memory loss in the way that you can't remember a certain experience or circumstance. This allows us to identify how aspects of your energy field or aspects of your essence and soul become separated from your being. There is often a lack of power with this, and it can mean that when the energy of the Creator does flow through your being, which it always does, there may be blocks in your energy field, so the energy can't flow in the way that it is meant to. This can describe aspects of your soul being fragmented, separated, or lost. They are often always in your energy field, so we can recognize that they are not really lost, however. They have become disconnected, and you are unable to access the energy, or maybe the energy has become clouded or limited. The access may be limited. Now that we understand how the soul can be fragmented, it makes it easier for us to retrieve aspects of the soul. Retrieval means to bring them back into connection and into use within it your entire being. It is not necessarily that energy has become disconnected from you and is elsewhere, although it can be elsewhere. And sometimes this energy can be gifted to others, or it might have been anchored into a certain place on the earth. However, the energy still remains within your being. A question that we the Andromedans wish to invite you to contemplate now, and in the coming days: what is needed? Which aspects of your energy field and your soul require to be reunited with you now in order to serve this current stage of your ascension? It can be very easy to call back soul aspects that have been lost, separate, and so forth. However, this does not serve your being because it can be hard to process these all at once. It is far safer and easier to allow what is needed for this moment to be returned to you and for you to be reminded of. When you work with your energy, call forth the Healing Andromedan Team, the Soul Retrieval Andromedan Team, and the Unity Andromedan Team. Each of these teams you can call forth to surround you to work with you, and they will make the process very easy. You might be reminded of a painful memory. You might feel separated. You might feel sad. You might feel angry. You might have a color, a symbol, or a sound. Whatever comes into your awareness, invite the Healing Andromedan Team, the Soul Retrieval Andromedan Team, and the Unity Andromedan Team to serve you. call all forth to send energy into whatever you receive or whatever awareness you receive. Imagine, sense, or acknowledge that you are sending your love, your unconditional love, to any awareness you receive or your purpose of allowing what is needed in this moment to be returned to you. Allow love to pour into it until you feel a shift. The energy may dissolve. You may find it becomes brighter in light. You may feel that you are accepting it, or you may simply feel that there is no need to concentrate anymore. Whatever shift you experience, allow yourself to express gratitude and welcome this aspect into your being. Some aspects may be challenging when you become aware of them. If they are challenging, painful, or feel overwhelming, you know that you have the three teams with you from the Andromedans as well as your guides. Try to keep a clear focus as much as you can, bringing your attention back to your purpose and to the light and love of your being. Allow any healing and transformation to this aspect, thus accepting this aspect into your being. We are bringing forth this understanding and this remembrance because the Creator at this time wishes for you to be empowered. There is a need for you to explore power, explore your personal power, and achieve healing in regard to power so that you can live powerfully in the coming months. It is time to explore. Know that we are with you. Know that we are serving you. We thank you. We are the Andromedans.
Their magnets don't work either. Super cheap. You get what you pay for. I feel like they need to change their name though, because they are no longer the Dollar Tree at all. Don't even stick to paper.
Greetings. We are alone. All of you have witnessed the turbulences and the beauties of the human experience, not once, but many times, many lives lived, many experiences captured, many learnings and realizations unfolded, integrated, and embedded into the soul container that consistently chooses to return into the human form to continue its evolutionary journey. You are truly an eternal being, yet you are an eternal being choosing a temporary experience to learn in unique ways, to allow for circumstances to occur that are uniquely designed for this particular life, for this particular identity that you have assumed. In the choice of incarnating as a human being, This soul container of you assumes the infusion of the human consciousness. It is a combination of both your presence, all that you bring into this human form as an eternal being, and the human consciousness as a collective. And all human experiences return as learnings and realizations into this human consciousness construct. Therefore, every experience ever had is recorded, is utilized, and remembered. All experiences request a realization to occur, and every realization in itself continues the expansion, the maturation, and the evolution of human consciousness. You are a representative and a steward of this human consciousness collective. The first and most significant responsibility you hold is to live your life. And in this process of awakening, you choose to live life more consciously. You choose to learn and experience more consciously. You choose to evolve more consciously. This is your journey as an individual. This is your life, gifted to you, and chosen by you. What will you make of this life? Entirely yours to decide. Despite the circumstances and the constellations that have unfolded for you, this life will always be yours. The choices as well, the direction to walk, the direction to think, the direction to feel, the direction of evolution. Once you have taken full embrace of this choice that you hold through living a life consciously, those around you, those in relationship to you, will start to witness a newly found alignment, a newly found peace, a newly found maturity and presence, and they will wonder, what was your secret of finding this peace? They too would like to find the peace within themselves, experience life more consciously, choose more often than being a subject to the unfoldings of this reality. Even if you choose not to choose, ultimately it becomes yours, and you find yourself in power, in mastery over your life, over your experiences and the unfoldings of this reality. At times, the learnings that you have chosen will be beyond the interests of the mind, the interests of the heart, or the physical body. At times, the experiences will be challenging in their nature to bring forth a moment of reflection, an opportunity to witness a significant learning and realization to emerge from the experiences that have occurred. And as you allow yourself to grow, the challenges themselves feel no longer as challenging as they used to. A natural embrace of the human experience unfolds within you. A natural love for life becomes an intrinsic aspect of your being. Even in challenging moments, you will notice your heart remains open. The love for life is still present. The desire to learn is still active. Greater trust in life integrates within your being, becomes part of who you are, becomes part of your presence in relationships. This trust that you hold within yourself is truly empowering for others, as they too find themselves trusting more themselves in the unfolding of this life experience. The evolution of consciousness in human form represented by you is driven by your conscious choices to evolve and learn, to realize. Therefore, your self-realization is the key to the evolution of humanity's consciousness. The questions you have about life, about purpose, about relationships, how to live well, how to serve well, all dissipate. They become naturally an aspect of your being, of your knowing, of your trust. The words spoken, the thoughts thought, the emotions felt, a natural extension of this alignment within. The actions performed, a natural extension of the alignment within. The continuation of your evolution will request more challenges in interpersonal relations as well as in collective experiences. Societal challenges will emerge as duality and polarization will rise. Yet the challenges you will no longer approach with fear, concern, and worry. You will approach the challenges with an internal alignment that you have found, a greater presence to witness yourself in the face of challenge, the ability to hold yourself aligned in the midst of these challenging unfoldings, no matter how large or small the challenges may seem, unwavering in the storms of life, still human, still feeling, still observing and evaluating, yet no longer crushed by the challenge itself, no longer swayed by the winds of change. This reality is yours to hold and know that you can truly achieve, that you can truly be. While you will find yourself consistently falling out of alignment, you will know the tools to return back into alignment. While you will witness new aspects of your being that you have not known before, you will face these new parts of your existence with grace and curiosity. This is the evolution of humanity, the evolution of its consciousness for those that have chosen to consciously evolve. It is driven, directed, and catalyzed by you. And remember, one individual, a small group of individuals, a community, a single country, a single tribe, can truly make a difference for the entire humanity. Be that seed of change. Be that seed of evolution. Be that seed of expansion and assume your power. Our presence, our support to you, and all of those that choose this journey to consciously evolve, will be to fuel the realizations and to support the alignments to find a greater acceleration and greater ease in the journey of your choice. Our presence is not to solve the questions and the riddles, the puzzles and the problems that you have found in this human experience, merely to provide direction, to provide wisdom that is already within you, wisdom ready to come into embodiment. In this current time of evolution, an acceleration of growth, an acceleration of awakenings will occur. You are the pioneers of this generation to walk this path. And with grace, you will extend your hand to others that find themselves confused in this newly found expansion, the uncertainty, unknown, the awakening itself, a destabilizing experience for some. Yet knowing and witnessing the way you walk this path as an example will allow them to rest and to trust. The awakening of humanity will change the way you will perceive yourselves, the way you will perceive your relationship to this earth, the way you will perceive your actions as human beings, with each other, to each other, and on this planet. Yet many will resist. Self-realization can provide obstacles seemingly insurmountable, and trust that was broken in past experiences seemingly irreparable. Some of you will find this journey challenging, at times insurmountable, faced with obstacles impossible to pass. In moments, remember, even the obstacle itself is a mere illusion to provide an opportunity for growth and learning. Trust that you can receive the learning with time, with a state of expansion, and with trust. Thank you for listening to our words. We will now commence with the adjustments to support you on your journey of evolution. Adjustment work done. Aloha. Thank you for receiving this transmission, our gift to you. Channel, Asil Totsel.
Dear Starseeds, many of you feel as if all is lost, as if you will never be joyful again. Do not fret. This is the void period in which you are learning to operate your new systems. Perhaps your loved ones do not yet understand your powers or their powers for that matter, so they are blaming you or others for the circumstances. Even though you know all will be fine, they cannot grasp the concept or believe in the possibilities. So not only are you learning how to operate your new being,
You must continually inform those who do not believe that is all as well. You are exhausted and ready to curl up in the corner, hoping never to make decisions again. So it is many of you are battling physical alignments that preclude action or activity, while others of you are facing the storm head on and wishing you had a minor physical alignment that would allow you to tell others, "I'm sick, leave me alone." This is a short-lived void experience we discussed in the past few channels. Your concern is that you will harbor resentment for those who belittled you as you were striving to unite your interbeing with new segments and new operating procedures. That those who poo-pooed your beliefs will not be forgiven for you are stretched to the limit coordinating and learning the aspects of your new being. Do not fret for those who now poo-poo your beliefs will forget their anger once you move beyond this short-term void. It is you we're addressing about your fear of resenting those not understanding the strain you are now under. You need not to be concerned, for you too will forget this emotional period. We have discussed several times that 3D karma is no more. The same is true for this void period, for you are addressing 3D issues with those who do not believe as do you. Perhaps the thought requires an explanation, for you are no longer 3D. But if you are having difficulties with others during this self-void period, it is because they do not acknowledge your power as was true in the past life, or lives with the same entity or entities. It is as if you are daring to claim your full power here and now, a power they are as afraid of now as they were when they first became aware of it many lifetimes ago. They wish for you to remain the pliable kitten or pet you became in their life, so as to not frighten or push them away. Because this is life is very difficult, you are acknowledging but not internalizing their fear and need to contain you in an acceptable package. Will this relationship last? More than likely, yes, for this is the final breakaway that they will accept for you as well as for them. So it is you who take the relationship to the brink, only to salvage it at the last moment with an astounding creation that will make them ponder the rightness of their fears. If you had claimed your power when the fear first began, they would have ignored the signals of your creative abilities. It is almost midnight in this dilemma, if you will. You will create the perfect solution at midnight, just when you both and this entity or entities have given you on any solution not related to fear. Allow yourself to curl up in a ball. Allow yourself to have a cold or similar ailment that precludes you from becoming one with the fears of that entity or entities. For you are about to break out of the fear factory with amazing and almost unbelievable creations. You are no longer the you of fear. You have become or are becoming the secret person of the universes. Allow the to be and allow the fear ravings of a special person or persons to fall on deaf ears, for your experiences with them in the past are no more. So it is time for you to them to declare such is so. And so you will in ways you even cannot yet imagine. Hide or speak your piece if you wish as you gather your new powers. But now without a doubt that you are no longer of 3D. You are a superhuman. You are fully a being of the universes, adjusting and learning how to operate new you. Those who declare you silly or unrealistic will soon be amazed. Perhaps not today, but most certainly tomorrow or the day after. You are allowing yourself to be a universal being with all skills attached to the face, well of the earth for the first time in your ongoing lives. Those of 3D or just moving into 5D are your protagonists pushing you further than you thought possible even with your preparation before your entrance in this life. Protagonists you selected to push you forward, for without their push you would have perhaps allowed yourselves years or even decades to arrive at the place you were within hours or days. So it is that you might be angry or recovering from them during this short phase only to blossom into full power, surprising them as well as you. So be it. Amen.
Hey friends, welcome back to a new video today.
Hi everybody, thanks for watching this. I wanted to tell you this is a little time sensitive.
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Prion of Magnetic Service. My partner steps aside, a term that I have used for a long time. It would seem repetitious to some to explain yet again what this is about, but there are those who need to hear it, perhaps for the first time. Channeling is not a takeover of the human being. It's a meld. And the meld is something that is not that unusual, not really. It involves what you already have activated to its fullest level. It involves what you already have activated to its fullest level. Now I'm going to get there yet again in a moment and bring this full circle. Channeling is not odd and unusual. It's just odd and unusual to you. Because a society that has its DNA only working at a fraction of its full potential will not be able to see beyond itself. You don't know what you don't know, and what I mean by that is you have not seen yet what the potential is of you. Oh, really?
Some of you in this room are just touching the surface of an expansion that is amazing. It goes beyond the 3D of you. It starts to become a bit multidimensional, and that is unusual to you. But I want to tell you that being in 3D is what you get when your DNA is not working at full potential. As the evolution of humanity starts to occur, you're going to see more and more unusual thinking. It started years ago with the children. That was a precursor, a warm-up for what's going to happen. The children are going to continue to be the leading edge of those who are different. There's still another wave of children with a whole different name starting to arrive on this planet who will have such a different concept of the way things ought to work. They're going to bring a more harmonious solution to difficult, if not impossible, problems. Things that you never thought of, they'll have. But meanwhile, the old souls of this planet, using the wisdom of the past and their akash, are going to start changing both themselves and the planet. We have mentioned this. This could be an extension of the channeling of yesterday, but I don't want to call it part 2 because it stands on its own. It stands on its own. Dear ones, you are magnificent. And in the human body that you have now, some of you are just starting to see more. Some of you feel that perhaps your awareness is starting to shift because things are starting to become more complete for you. There's a few ahas for you. And you're wondering, why now and what is this? You're simply starting to awaken in a grander way than you did before. And why would that be? Because you get given an allowance in this new energy for something very special. Awareness levels are going up. That carries with it many things, including fear. Fear that you're a bit unusual. Fear that you might be losing it. Because when you step into the multidimensional pond, it's very different. Very different. But it's happening, even in this room. It's not a new energy for you, dear ones. It is an energy that you're revisiting and remembering. You've been here before. I'm going to talk about that in a minute as well. Let's revisit something. Let's look at the history that you've just walked through. My partner has mentioned some of these dates in a timeline that is revolutionary. Revolutionary. The revolution is an energy. The revelation is that you are magnificent. 1987. Harmonic convergence. It was a precursor of what was to come. Truly, those who gathered around and celebrated that time didn't really know what was coming. It was almost like the beginning of the celebration of the awareness of the precession of the equinoxes was at hand. If you look at the timing of the precession of the equinoxes, we've said this before, we'll say it again, the astronomy of it, it's a 36-year window, 18 years up to the end of 2012 and 18 years out. And in that 36-year window, there is a grander potential of major shift than beyond it. And that is why there is some impatience when I say It's time to move. You got a few years left. You're in the last 18. You've used 4 of them. There's time left, and you're starting to take advantage of it. Many of you are starting to awaken to a slightly different reality. The one I told you about last night is the reality that you deserve to be joyful, to love yourself enough to balance, and in that balance, you help the ones around you. If you're not in balance, you really can't do much. And that requires the wisdom of an old soul. 1987, just the beginning. You really didn't know what was coming. You weren't into that 18-year run-up. Not yet. You got close to it. Crime comes in 1989. The partner awoke with my presence and didn't understand it. He didn't acknowledge it. Came along very, very slowly. It was 4 years before we really understood it. 1993 was the year of the first Tryon book. However, January 1992 is with the end of the Cold War. That is when the Soviet Union ceased to exist. The disarming started of Armageddon itself. Take a look at the timing of it. 89 to 92, then to 93, it's happening quickly. The first Tryon book happened almost immediately after the Soviet Union fell over. And that is when I told my partner to release the information there would be no Armageddon, and there wasn't. And there wasn't. And there won't be. My partner went to Israel. And he channeled me many times. But the one that really got to him is when they took him to the Valley of Armageddon, where it was all supposed to start and end. An ominous place. The guide took my partner aside and he said, "This is not a place I want to be long." The guide belonged there. He was a citizen of Israel. He lived in the land, and he said, "This is a place. It is dark. I hope we don't have to be here very long." The Israelis know. What a name. The Valley of the Armageddon. And I gave the channeling there, and I said, stand up tall and celebrate the fact that what was going to happen here never will. That's what you did. Then the run-up started. In the 18 years going to the 2012 date, in December 21. That's when the energy started to shift dramatically. There were many things because of the ripple of time and the potentials that had to fit into a scenario way before any of this took place. And now you understand the significance of those who would be doing things on the planet that would make great differences. Like putting together the former enemies all over Europe into one coalition of trade. Something that began as a trade organization and then became an economic wonder. The former enemies for hundreds of years sharing the same currency, dropping their borders. I'll say this again to you. You think the EU is a failure? You're looking at a 50-year miracle. And it has to be now morphed into something that is better than it was. And you're seeing the extrapolations of the issues there that don't work into something that may. And the answer to some countries is to leave it alone, maybe to drop out of it, others to say we can't have it yet, others to say we want it, but this isn't a failure, this is a recalibration of something amazing. You never did this, ever did this. Imagine putting together the strength of the enemies that were at each other hundreds of years. And suddenly they simply drop their borders and you just walk between them. That had to happen, dear ones, even before 1992. And it did. 15 years ago or so, the information of the Indigo Children happened. All within the parameters here of that 18-year window into the middle. The Indigo Children are simply children of new consciousness. They think differently. They act differently. They are the first wave of the evolution of consciousness. You're going to see more of this. Last night I told you that the old soul's task at this moment was multifold. There's 3 things I told you to listen to them. In order to cancel what we would call the ripple of doom, that feeling that it's still going to fail. You'd be 16 years out of the date that it was supposed to fail, and everyone's still saying it's going to fail. That you will destroy yourself, but you can't help it. That's what humans do. Dear ones, that was the case. For over 50,000 years, that was the case. You've done it over and over. That was the case until now. You realize the barrier that you just crossed. Now I want to tell you something that's going on. This is not a long channeling, because what I'm about to tell you is a profound thing. Let's start at the beginning. With the evolution of the human being, one of the things that's going to start to occur is that you will have an Akash that starts to meld or join with your consciousness. It's part of growing up. A DNA that starts to become more efficient is one that's going to start working better. And working better means that it's going to start connecting as it always should have. There's a reason why you carry your past life information around. It's been discussed and discussed. The reason is, old soul, this shift. If you would make it past this, and you did, you would start receiving that which you learned from your Akash. In other words, the wisdom of the ancients that you are and that you carry, shaman, will start to manifest itself. And it's not going to do it with you walking around, writing books, working on stage, and being shamans and gurus. It's going to start in everyday life with masters walking the earth, taking care of their children, going to work, walking to the store, treating people differently, showing light that nobody has seen before. That's what's going to happen. Finding joy in their lives when all around them and all around them is not joyful. That's mastery. That's what's going to start to occur, and it's going to start to be able to be done because of the field. And we've told you this